Cafe. All right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
What a crazy end of the week. That's all I can say. It's just been one of those
Mike's Daily Podcast
days. Oh, I didn't do a podcast yesterday. I hope you don't mind. That's okay. All right. I sigh sometimes because life gets so wild. And this is episode 2410, 2410. I'll say it again. No, I won't. I'll just leave it at that and tell you today's podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast
is going to be riveting and tell you all about things that you've been wondering about and hoping to know more.
Mike's
and to say
Daily
that it's going to be
Podcast
groundbreaking in some sort of way.
Yeah!
It's going to help you think outside the box. It's going to help you make a different world. Somebody said to me that anybody can be a podcaster, and was saying that in a way like these people that podcast, they're useless. They shouldn't be doing the show. They sound ridiculous. And I've always been the opposite of that. I'm always like, I'm happy that so many people have the ability to podcast, because before the opening for shows with talk shows is what I'm saying. The place for talk shows was on talk radio, and then that was it. If you wanted to, maybe it was streaming online on some kind of radio station that had a streaming service that allowed you to listen to the radio station online. You could hear the talk show, and maybe some of them recorded the talk show and you could download it from the website. Some people did that early on, and they were very smart, and they were thinking outside the box. But for the longest time, it was just a few people, the Rush Limbaughs and etc., that were the talkers.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Now everybody can talk, and I like it. I like more voices. I think it makes the world more interesting. Plus, I was so sick of when I was listening to talk radio in the early days. I was just like, ugh. Of course, I was young then, and I shouldn't have been listening to talk radio in those days, because talk radio is more of a thing you listen to when you're older. They have found, because when you're younger, you're into music and music radio and music channels. But as you get older, you want to hear people talk and have interesting concepts and thoughts, and have their dog on the show. That's my dog, the late great Basil the Boxer. Thank you, Basil. So yeah, I think that it's a good thing. The podcast picture is of my lovely lady friend and I. A happier moment from, well, it was actually a sad day in Florida, because we went to Florida because my mom had passed away and we had to take care of things. Had to go there to take care of stuff, and while we were there, we did try and have dinner at a nice place here and there. And that was one of the nice places we went to. And you can see that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Actually, that's on the Tomoka River is where that is. So you're in a rut. You're thinking stuff that's just not very innovative. You're in a blah situation. How do you think outside the box? Well, you can actually go outside the box. And that doesn't mean you have to go far. Draw the outline of your current daily life, your routine, and do something different. Go to a new neighborhood. Introduce yourself to coworkers you don't know. That's an interesting thought. Actually, in the office, there's not that many people in the office anymore. So you just know everybody already because you see them every day, and there's not that many. But if you work for a company that's got people on the East Coast, people in the Midwest, people in other countries, well, yes, maybe, and all you say is a quick email back and forth. Maybe actually introduce yourself to them. have not done that. I kind of gotten to know some people outside of where I live here in the Bay Area that work for the same company, but not that much. It's something we should do more of. It's a great idea. Change your exercise regimen, or start an exercise regimen if you don't have one. Decide that extra effort is worth it. Buy swim goggles that actually fit. Get up early and go for a walk and see the sunrise. If you feel resistance, that is the box. It's made of cardboard, though, so you can push through. This, according to Psychology Today. Draw the outline of your life up until now, your upbringing, your personality, the characteristics that make you, and then challenge them. I'm a person, not a techie person, maybe is what you think. And then you start a blog and you try something different. Hang out with people who will challenge you, not just say you're fine the way you are. Oh, don't do anything different. People that challenge you. You are fine the way you are, but if you feel like you want to shake things up, you're not going to do that staying the same thing. There are many ways to do this for whatever excites or scares you. Join a club. There's Toastmasters, for example, to help you with public speaking. Everyone has a fear of speaking. They say that that's the number one thing, but it can help you with that. Or there's meetup groups now and all kinds of stuff. Go away with people who don't know you. Go on a retreat. It's a double whammy because you get outside your routine, outside the parameter of what people you know think of. Mommies don't have to mother while on a retreat. Executives don't have to be in charge. The serious one can relax and laugh as much as they want. The follower can float ingenious ideas they'd be too intimidated to at home. This, according to Patty Chang Anker, the author of Some Nerve. Get it? Some nerve, because you have to have some nerve in life. As we go outside of Cafe Anyway, we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. The best part of going outside the box are the people you meet and the fun you have, fun you never expected to have, and experiences that will always stand out in your memory because you took a chance to get there. How will you step out today, taking that step? Step by step. It's New Kids on the Block. So, boy bands. A white male like myself in my age bracket finds the words boy band just utterly makes the hair stand up on the back of the neck, because that's the only place I have hair now, except on my face, which you can see at MikesDailyPodcast.com, because there's a picture of me today with my lovely lady friend. So, what happened? Why did we have boy bands in the late 90s and the early O's? Where did they go? And there's a song called Completely or something like that that's out now. That's kind of 5 seconds, not 5 seconds to Mars. That's the 5 Seconds of Summer is what this band is. Not the Jared Leto band. But this 5 Seconds of Summer is kind of a boy band-ish type thing, but that song reminds me of another boy band. Backstreet Boys tried to have a comeback song called Incomplete. So you got Completely and then Incomplete, something like that. Anyway, Cafe Anyway, boy bands. Now, a lot of people like Justin Timberlake. They like his solo stuff. They like his funny stuff he does on Saturday Night Live. Maybe they like some of his serious acting, like in Social Network, but he was in a boy band, NSYNC, and some people miss that band, or even miss, what's the other one? O-Town, Boyzone, Take 5. Was it Take 5 or Take That? Take That was what it was. That's right, they had that, whatever it is, and they were big in England. But in the end, that sort of thing has gone away. And actually, the whole band concept has gone away. We don't see too many bands anymore. there's a popular song by the band called Glass Animals. But that's about it. I mean, there's Maroon 5, and that's about it. I mean, you still have bands that were popular at one time, but, you know, they go and they do a reunion tour or whatever. But on the charts now, not so much. Okay. Outside a cafe, anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. And look who is here right now. It's so exciting. Hello, Michael Masters, Madame Rootabega, and I love the Justin Timberlake. Woo! Do you love Journey? Yes. Do you love Boston? Yes. Do you love the band called, I'm just grabbing one up, Everything But the Girl? No. What? Everything But the Girl? Tracy Thorn and her brother, I think it was. I guess not. Not everybody? Okay. Well, that was a great informal survey. Look who else is here. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant. And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Mike, we want to tell you that we like Everything But the Girl Day. Yeah, missing you. Do you know that? And I miss you. Yeah, like the river meets the rain. What else? So we have this thing where I guess I just don't like people putting down podcasters. I don't like it, and I don't think people need to do that. Podcasting is not going anywhere anytime soon. Neither is radio. The whole concept of being on the internet is really different for people. Like, oh, I can just go on anybody can be on the internet, but these people have followers bigger than people that are on the radio. Huge followers. And then what is happening, if we may just take one moment here, all of this talk we had last year about the big tech world and how big tech was evil. But from what I read, a lot of what big tech did to help end this war, I mean, it was fantastic what they did, where they actually they basically shut down Russia. And probably the reason why Russia is starting to pull out of the Ukraine is because of stuff that big tech was doing, saying, no, okay, you're not going to have, you're not going to be able to use your credit cards. You're not going to be able to do this online money transfer. You're not going to be able to talk. That it just shut it down. I don't think Putin was ready for that. Plus, Ukraine used a lot of their video influencers on Instagram and other social media to tell the world what was going on, and to tell other Ukrainians what was going on, and to tell Russians what was going on, the ones that could get through. So all this bad talk about big tech, usually done by people who are more conservative leaning, it makes you wonder. A lot of the conservative talk, a lot of the Republican talk show hosts ended up sounding so pro-Russia and had like all this pro-Putin thing and anti-Zelensky thing. And this one guy's like, yeah, he's not a leader. He's a former comedian. What good does that do to say that on the airwaves? It's ridiculous. I swear. Just the Republican talk show hosts these days have nothing to talk about. They are so all they do is whine. They find every little thing and whine about it. It's ridiculous. So maybe there are reasons why listening to podcasters is better for you. The homegrown ones, the ones that actually set up something in their house and start recording. God bless the podcasters of the world. And may they continue and get better at what they do. And next show, it'll be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. That's right. And you can call in and tell me what you think about anything we covered today. 336MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. Occasionally I get interrupted. I got interrupted yesterday. Uh-oh. But we'll continue on. Hopefully. With a little assistance. And a little luck. We can work it out. We can Paul McCartney wings this thing right on out.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!